Hi, Nancy Jane. Happy Sunday already.
Well, we don't know what day it is because we don't know what time it is.
I know it's not 9:30 in the morning,
I know.
but
Messes me all up.
my family time's completed, and it's time to do our show. Get
That's
some
right.
information out there.
Is there anything to talk about?
Oh, there's a few things. We got gag orders going on.
Mm-hmm.
Colorado Supreme Court's going to take stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
I see Jeff Tarot ass backwards has a few questions.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Johnson, all kinds of good stuff. Hi, Aisha. Oh boy, where do we want to start? Let's look at our Kitara
Santos.
and Kitara Santos.
Okay.
Let's get right into it. Hey, Linda, Lisa Foster. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, at least I saw your pretty kitty pictures.
Lisa's always got great animal pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Old Toes. You're the Alaskan wonder, right?
Right. And she's not like a Juneau or a Fairbanks person. She's like out on the edge. Beautiful place, but
Hi, Deborah. Okay, Santos.
I don't know if anyone will make it because it's like midnight in Finland now. So
Yes. So, is he gonna get expelled? Or are you gonna hang out till he gets convicted?
okay. I'm gonna ask if he's gonna get expelled.
Oh yeah, I guess Santos is saying he's gonna burn down the house and tell a bunch of secrets on the way out.
Well, that may be what he's threatening him with because I got a yes no on expelling him. They'd like to throw him out. They'd like to make the move and get him the hell out of there, get rid of the fool. But they're right now, the people who have the votes to do it are weighing their decisions. And they're going to come to a conclusion really quickly. With the way these cards look, if they hold to what their initial thoughts were, if this is a yes and this is a yes. But then I have two no's and one more yes and one more no. So it's kind of 3-3. And they just haven't really made their minds up yet. So
yeah. I got the karmas, definitely got to hit him.
mm-hmm.
So I got the bad karma card along with the 10 of swords. Disaster and failure is going to come for him next summer for sure. So I'm guessing that's the trial and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So then I have a magician along with votes and the queen of coins. That's telling me there may not be enough votes.
Yeah, he may know enough about enough of them.
But he is willing. I think it's because because of what he started doing about secrets.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the Page of Wands
Mm-hmm.
inside the government, and then the Five of Swords creating chaos.
Mm-hmm.
So we got remember when Cawthorn left, he started talking about coke orgies and stuff.
Yeah.
I think these people I think he found a card that he can play that they won't expel him because of these secrets he could bring out with that chaos card. So I think that's the magician, that the so-called trump card, that he may not get quite enough votes. Because with these three, the magician, the voting aspect of getting the votes, queen of coins, it's like he's got security, like the compromise, they don't want it coming out. So to me, it feels like it could come up short.
Oh, I just flat out asked, is he blackmailing him? I got yes.
That's what I think is black.
Yes, and it's really upsetting him because that if they think he's not going to talk when he's out, they're crazy. And then I got another yes, and I got another yes. But he is going to be moved out, move forward. But yeah, he's going to all of them saying, "I've got this on you."
But if he stays, he still collects a paycheck.
That's right. You know,
and he still. But I think you're right. The energy is more of like, what do you do? They all want him out. I sense,
yeah,
majority, but
the compromise will come up. They'll isolate him so he's not on any committees and not getting any information, but he still gets his paycheck because that's all he cares about.
Yeah, he just needs his paycheck now.
Mm-hmm.
That sucks. Mimi says Santos is going to rat out the Jacoby either way.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't know what they think they're doing. It's
like 45.
Gangrene around, cut off a toe and get rid of it, or cut off your leg at the knee when you finally get rid of it.
Yeah, it's the same thing as 45.
Yes. Did you see his warm welcome at the South Carolina Clemson game?
Boo!
And when they panned around,
it was funny. Clemson.
It's incredible. Not supposed to be South Carolina, It's supposed to be his people.
Yeah, I think a lot of right wingers were saying, those woke college kids don't know anything. Fine. They're the ones booing.
We'll take them all into our party. You can have the no woke college kids. You can, you can have the people who think that Tim Scott's not a bit strange and that blonde girlfriend wasn't out for a week-long rental.
Yeah, we ought to check Tim Scott's social media and see if he's going on vacations with his girlfriend.
No, Mindy's gone. Mindy's gone back to wherever she came from. She's already
back to OnlyFans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll take their votes, right, Lisa? You betcha.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, just making sure. It could change. No one's ever gotten any cojones before, like with 45 or anything. Maybe they will on Santos, but it feels like the energy is like just a bit short of the two-thirds. Okay.
Well, they have to get across their incredibly progressive legislative agenda. They need to hold on to every member because they're doing so much, right?
Oh yeah, so much work. We need to get some. Biden's did a great job in Israel contacts, getting some people out. That brings people to reality that our administration isn't promoting violence.
No.
Okay. How should we do this with Mike Johnson?
I'm just going to ask that question and see what bizarre cards show up.
Yeah, let's just look at the energy of Mike Johnson because we know he's not going to get anything done.
Mm-hmm. He may have to open a checking account at some point, though.
That would be nice. Autocorrect needs a paycheck. Pay cut? Ooh.
Oh, this is ugly.
Yeah, it's like he wants to burn the government down.
Yep. He wants to just leap off, take whatever leap of faith, go with the fool. But then he really hates his wife. I never see a good female.
Really?
Yeah. And he doesn't want to move on. He wants to stick where he is. And he'll do or say anything. Page of Cups upside down is a little liar. And yeah, he really wants to disrupt what makes other people feel peaceful and happy and welcome. So he's a dweebish little bastard. That's my dweebish bastard reading.
So I get the 10 of Swords, our government, and the Queen of Swords. And that was my first thought. He doesn't believe anything our government's worthy of. He wants to burn it down.
Because he wants a Christian theocracy.
Pretty much. And then you may be right. There is something about his wife. Because they're the Queen of Coins, the Tower, and the King of Swords. It's like that a tower is a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there is a bad blood there for some reason. Maybe because she owns him, being a Queen of Coins.
I think she owns him because she knows things about him that he doesn't want anybody to know.
Yeah. There's a King of Swords. He can't be this person with her. They're, you know, it's like oil and mud with a tower between those two.
Mm-hmm.
In the end, there's some kind of darkness with finances. I think now is his only outlook now is being speaker. He can pilfer. Because I had the 10 of Coins, Knight of Swords, and the Page of Cups. And that feels like dark money to me.
Oh, dear.
You know, offers of dark money, like taking it in. I don't see any legislation here. I think he's just going to pilfer what he can.
Mm-hmm.
Use his
set his friends up who apparently do have checking accounts so they can take the money. This is I pulled an oracle card, and this is from the surrender deck, which is a really interesting deck. It said what he needs to surrender is his addictions. Look at that image. How dark it is. And it says whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, overworking, take actions to heal those addictions and fill them with healthier alternatives. And I think he's capable. I mean, I shouldn't say that. Anyone is capable of change. I just don't sense it's a high probability around him.
Hi, Judy G. Hey, Sheila in the chat. Welcome, dear.
Yay, Sheila.
Jeff, not a question, but can Santos collect his salary and be isolated?
Yes, the only way he loses his salary is if he's expelled.
Yeah.
Because they did that to Marjorie Taylor Greene, which is probably stupid, because then all she had to do, we had to pay her ticket, and she just went all over the country spewing her crap last time.
Colorful foresight. She's feeling, or whoever you are, I don't know if you're female, male or female, but some huge paradigm shift happened. Sees 45 in jail. What changed that reality if psychics couldn't see him in jail before? Let's check that out. It could be jail. I mean, it could be a weekend in jail from the gag order stuff, maybe, or something.
I'm going to ask we've had a huge paradigm shift because we're going under a lot of energetic shifts from the universe that would have come whether he was there or not. But, you know, I keep thinking we all hold in the back of our brains someday that these people will act reasonably or someone can get control of him. But I think the change for me, I'm going to see if this is what I get. I'm going to check what the change was. I have an idea, and we'll see how it lays out. And I'll admit I was wrong if I'm wrong.
Hi, Dorothy. On your channel.
Oh.
Dorothy Morgan.
Yes. God, the gang's all here. We could do 9 candles almost right now.
There we go. 45 in prison. 45 in prison.
I asked what energy had changed, and we kept thinking he would walk away from the battle, but that's not what's happening. This is not walking away. This is choosing to hang on. He thinks he's the ruler of his own fate. He's being the fool. He's carrying an extremely heavy burden that I don't think we can even understand how hard it is for him to watch his business slip away, even though he's his own foolish actions to get them there. But what's happening now is the people who needed to get together, this card reversed this way means people getting together that need to meet each other. They're not isolated anymore. And and the reason you're hearing about jail now is they're figuring out that's the only thing that'll fix the problem. So the paradigm shift, I kept thinking, thought that some of the courts thought he wouldn't threaten their people like he's threatening them. Because as far as I can tell, what the court's most upset about is threatening their own people, their own workers. And I don't blame them.
Yeah. Well, my cards come up with nothing about jail. I think it's going to be financial. As far as what's currently going on now, I still see him right now. It's a donation thing. Be the devil, be the jerk how he is, because he can do it, and then just profit off it by, his email campaigns with Ace of Pentacles, Property, right. Devil, Chariot. And then I get defending himself, 2 of Cups and 7 of Pentacles. That's just more grifting, using his partnerships. Lawyers. I'm hearing the 2 of Cups is just using his lawyers to try to pay his lawyers. 2 of Wands, Page of Swords, the Sun. That's just his rhetoric's coming to light. That's all that is. In the end, I get Queen of Swords, so that's the justice system I'm feeling. 8 of Pentacles and 7 of Swords. They're just gonna fine him every time. More money, more sanctions, more sanctions. All his lies are just going to be sanctions. So as far as the current, I don't see a jail. I don't think personally it's going to change. As far as that, I still see it's like a sanitarium he's going to be sent to. Kind of like a private sanitarium thing when it does happen. I'm just not. Jeff got the Queen of Swords too. So I don't know. Just not seeing a jail or prison. If it is, it might be brief for his rhetoric if he violates gag orders. But
it's not what's going to happen is I think it's going to be like that woman that they arrested and put in jail. It was from Texas that threatened Chutkin's court so vilely that they said that's the end of that. My real fear is that the clown card that follows him, which is not, they're clowns except they have real guns. And, you
done?
No, my feeling is, think about this. Those kind of people like to hang with the winners. And as long as he's not caged or stopped, one of them's going to push it too far. And when that happens, and when a family member is killed or a child is killed, like that judge whose son was killed on their doorstep by some guy who showed up to shoot her.
Right.
Until you see that, they're going to keep coming up with excuses about not locking up a former president. But, anyway. So he loves your blue glasses, Scott.
Yeah, it's just the reflection from the hat. Blue a little more. But yeah, Sheila, I do see convictions. Yeah, with the trials and whatnot. He's definitely guilty. I don't see anyone holding out, but I think we're reading right now if he's going to go to a jail cell or a prison. It's possible, for a gag to put him in behind bars briefly. Hold them. But I think the first step, they're going to, well, we can look at that too about the gag order. Coming up, but I think they're just going to do it financially first. Like New York did with Erdogan.
Right.
Erdogan. How do I say his name?
And Goran.
Goran. Thank you. I keep getting confused with the Turkey.
You don't want to make him the dictator in other country. That's
yeah. So I think it's Monday.
Yeah, something's going on tomorrow.
Monday. I think Monday they're hearing something else, or it's Wednesday.
It's Monday.
Okay, Monday they're. Where's that at? Because they already had the hearing for DC. There's something going on Monday. Something else.
I keep telling you, I need to get one of those boards that they have on murder mysteries where you have all the
I know, right? Okay, well, the DC 3 judge is gonna release their order, but there's something else. I can't remember where it was. DC Court of Appeals is back the 30th. Well, they gotta decide after the hearing.
But didn't they have the hearing?
Yeah, they had the hearing, but there was. Let's just see what they're gonna do in DC there with the hearing about
the gag order.
Okay. Maybe it's New York is looking at the appeal. Maybe that's what it is. I'm hearing increased. Mm-hmm. I think they're going to strengthen it, especially after Special Counsel put more info into everything that's going on in New York and how the legal counsel there for Goran is getting doxxed and death threats. I feel like it's going to increase. That he needs to stop this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what my guys are saying. Increase.
Yeah, I think they're going to increase it. That's a yes. It's not going to be as much as some people want them to do, but they're going to say temperance has got to come back into the court system. He's just screwing with the juries way too much. And he knows that, and he doesn't care because he's building his own little thing. But it's going to really adversely affect the world that he's living in. That's Trump's world turning upside down. So I don't know who's doing it. I don't know where they're doing it. But in the next week, he's going to get hit with something.
I'm getting an off. Okay, Knight of Coins is coming in as the gag order for me.
Mm-hmm.
5 of Cups is an emotional loss. 5 of Swords is the conflict. I think not having this gag order with that 5 of Swords is causing a lot of conflict.
Mm-hmm.
Then I have a lot of 5s coming in here. The 5 of Wands, 5 of Coins, Page of Wands. What he says publicly is causing a lot of hurt and pain and old crap moments. I think they're finally seeing it, and it doesn't matter about his First Amendment because it's not political speech, right?
It's not. If you're a defendant, if you're indicted on charges, there are certain things around those charges just routinely you can't talk about. You know, you can't just go blowing smoke up people saying this is what's really going on. And nor can you say it about the people who you're fighting, who you view as the people you're fighting with, who are actually, whenever he does that and picks on the prosecutors, he's picking on us because we're the people who want this straightened out. We want to know which way is up. And, but he, you know, he's never had any kind of restraint.
Yeah.
You know,
my last 3 cards in the outcome are the Chariot, Magician, and my Heartbreak, Loss, Bad Karma card. I think it comes in strong.
Mm-hmm.
These are strong cards with a gag order. I think it comes in stronger. They agree with Chuckin,
mm-hmm.
and I think it's increased to some sense. So it's so unfortunate with his First Amendment and him running. They're trying to tippy-toe around him having political speech.
Well, that guy that threatened people that was out on bail in Florida, he was threatening people, and that's not, I don't know where threatening people becomes First Amendment speech. You can't go around threatening different people.
Yeah, we can't. It's it's horrible, but I think they were doing it because of the First Amendment rights. They don't want to lose the case because of that. And I think they were tiptoeing to make sure everything goes according to plans. You can't have an appeal done because, oh, my First Amendment right, But I think they're realizing it's gone overboard.
Yeah.
And it feels like the appeals thing and what do you call it? Staying the gag is actually a good thing to do it properly.
Right. If they do it, then it's everybody's gag. The prosecutors don't come out and blow stuff about him.
Yeah, there was that guy that went near Obama's house too.
Right.
Doxing Obama's house. What's Dan saying? I hope they suspend all the Russians doxing against jurors. How do they know who are the jurors are? Is Trump's attorney sharing the info? Oh, that in Georgia, the only thing, there's no jurors yet. The grand jury was doxed
and it's actually in the papers. They didn't have to go real far. Trust me, I've served on grand juries. I don't think my name was on the papers. There's 100 ways they can find you, though, because when I served on a grand jury here, which was not anywhere near as much information as they had, but actually they don't even have where we meet marked on the doors or anything. They're not supposed to. But if someone could get a hold of someone in payroll and bribe them with money, they pay you. You get a check for doing it. So I could find you that way. Not giving any bad guys ideas, but
that ain't gonna happen again in Georgia. They learned their lessons because that was what was it called? The public rights or whatever. Georgia, they allow to disclose, but that's not going to happen again with any jurors and Georgia again. She got that ruling, but they took it down right away. But every one of the grand jurors was doxxed, unfortunately. So there's no jurors right now, technically.
No, it's the judges and their staffs that they're going after.
Okay, I didn't. Okay. Did you see what's going on? Did you see what's going on in like Syria? We've been having to fight back in Syria and hitting some terrorists there. And like Hezbollah is attacking to the north. They're hurting the Kurds. They're attacking the Kurds. So there's a lot of Iran's involved, of course. But I think that's what Jeff's talking about with these hitting our troops here. So this is all in northern Syria. So let's see the energy of northern Syria here in those attacks. Because we're fighting back, distantly. It's not hurting any troops. Because these Hezbollah terrorist group is hitting our bases over there and whatnot.
Right.
Let's see how that's going to keep going. If it's deterred or continuing.
I'm going to see if stronger action is going to be taken against Hezbollah. But I don't expect it tomorrow because way too many
targeting. Karen said we're taking out the trucks that are carrying weapons from Iran to Syria to Hezbollah. Yeah. Trying to control that situation. Right? I'm getting like a strong arm, so I think we're in charge.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, if necessary, we're gonna hit them by the air to stop this terrorism going on up there. I see a balance coming. So I got protection. We're gonna do it. There's success with the Ace of Swords, my Empress card, all about abundance. King of Coins coming in strong. Six of Swords, using air. What do you call it? Intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
So I have things getting better, using air and intelligence. And then I have positive energy bringing balance, and we will hear about it with the Page of Wands.
Okay.
I think our air superiority and other tactics are going to control the situation. Attacks more.
I'm going to ask if we're going to be able to control the situation around our troops in Syria, because I can't.
It sounds good.
But you know what cracked me up is Hamas said they wanted Israel to stop flying anything over the Gaza Strip. Well, that's fine, but you know, satellites can see down to moths crawling on the ground. So you know, I don't know how how Hamas is going to know about that. Let's see. Oh, we're going to do it because we got overflowing emotions. They're trying to take it to a place where it doesn't seem to be an emotional response. And there's going to be moments of real glory where they really do what they need to do to bring down the person that thinks they're the emperor. And they're actually going to be confining him with the devil. And that's a yes. And soulmates. So this says that we're using soulmates and our connections and the people we work with to try to contain the devil. The emperor is being turned upside down, moments of glory, and it's full of emotions. So they're playing it very carefully because of how emotional the issues are there. But it's going to be.
Yeah, I think you're right. I was just, while you're talking, I was scrolling back. I thought Deanne had another question. Oh, it was just, no, she was just talking about Christian nationalists. I thought it was a question. Christian nationalists are grifting off of religion. Yeah, you see it all over in right-wing propaganda. You know, even so-called pastors. Oh, there's Angela. She's up.
Anyway, she made it. Yay. Thank you for staying up so late. And Ian, too, because Ian's not far off. Ian McGrath is not far off from her time zone either.
I swear Ian never sleeps.
Angela doesn't sleep either. She says she does, but I'm not sure.
I know Iran is just being a poison pill to everybody. They send weapons to Hezbollah. They send weapons to Hamas.
And they're suppressing their own people. So, by the way, Coltos, I saw about your surgery. I'm glad it went well. We did a reading on it in my garden class when we were looking at it.
Okay. I'll star that, Carol. Thank you. Okay. Will the general public ever figure out that Biden has no control over Bibi and Israel? Okay. I think that was a few weeks ago. We were talking about this whole situation, and I was getting it's complicated. I remember you said, no, it's not complicated. Well, it is complicated, and I think we're figuring out why. Because no matter what Joe Biden does, it's going to piss off some people. You have two sides. You have the Palestinians, the Muslims, and then Israel. And when someone says, I'm going to support Israel, when they go huffy and say, well, we're not supporting the Palestinians. But we can see that Joe and his administration are doing a very good job with negotiating. So the question is, will the general public figure it out?
I get yes, no. That they always look at the darkest thing before the dawn, and they always want to make it a struggle that he should be able to take care of. But what people are figuring out is he can't control everything, but he can control development and important contacts. So he can get people out. So he can do the things you need to do to negotiate. And he does things in his own peaceful way. We got so used to having a baboon screaming stuff at us from the stage that his peaceful comments don't get heard as well. And no, it's not going to be the Ten of Cups. We're not going to be all happy and fulfilled, but he's going to keep doing what he needs to do to get us where we need to go. And, you know, it's all of these right wing Christians that want to support Israel so they can get their revelation story of God coming down into Israel and turning them all into Christians or whatever that crazy ass story is. They talk, you know, they in Texas, you go in any the big Bible churches here, you'd get killed if you even mention the policy that we pay for Israel. You can get an abortion anytime you want, on demand, whatever. It's just that's considered your business. And the reason their government can do that is because of how much of our money, our tax dollars, go to support them. And you can't get any of those churches if you tell someone from one of those congregations that their eyes go blank. You can kind of tell when you've gone beyond their ability to think, their eyes go blank. So a lot of things to general. What do you see, Scott?
It's the same old in anything. It's the propaganda machine of the right. They just continue the lies and spread it. The big right-wing propaganda machine. So the King of Coins spreading the lies around the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's continued effort, but it will be seen later. So the Eight of Coins continued work to bring balance with Nine of Coins and Ace of Cups. It will be seen eventually. It takes continual work to get past the lies of that right-wing propaganda. And in the end, I have the 10 of Coins. It's great treasures, but the Page of Cups, Page of Coins, and the 5 of Coins.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm getting here is it's a lot of coins. There's got to be a new path.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of destruction, a lot of death. It's going to take a new path. I think this is telling me that the United States is going to help in a new path in multiple areas. In this situation in Gaza and Israel and Russia and Ukraine. There's a path forward, but all this destruction is going to cost a lot of money, you know. But I think, you know, people will see it. They eventually will. It's like anything. They got to get past the right-wing mouth, you know, right-wing propaganda.
That's true, but look at what people were projecting in Virginia and Ohio and all those places. And remember what Sean said, when you're on the ground, even though granted he's sort of surrounded by partisans to a certain degree, but he does go out and talk to the other people that are out generally. And more people are understanding how whacked out Trump's MAGAs are than we understand. Now, I live in MAGA heaven, and I just don't talk to people about it because I don't like getting upset. But if from listening to him and the people he works with, it's changing. And I'm going to know a lot more because of 2nd of December, he's going back to South Carolina. And we'll see what's happening there. And we saw what happened at that football game.
Yeah. Boo! Oh, that's so sad, Evelyn. Yeah, I removed those friends in my life if they have no common sense and go out that way. One good thing about me going out to the farm and hunting with my family and my dad, I got to spend a lot of time talking with my father, which was a good thing because I don't see him that often. So we sit in our stands and look for deer, and then about 11-ish, 12-ish, we go down to the little hut and have a little breakfast, and we sit there and talk for an hour or two.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a good time there. And I'm glad my dad's not crazy.
Oh, I know. I mean, if you've got a parent.
Otherwise, I'd be like, bye-byes.
Yeah, when I've watched people go over the ridge, although I have most people I'm close to, we weeded them out in 2008 when I worked for the black man. So,
Oh, Ellen, I left my husband 5 years ago and he's gone also. Well, being toxic relationship or however the case may be, that's a good thing. But Jesus. Are we ever going to get rid of those underground tunnels where hummus hides?
yes.
But good Lord. What do you think? They're just going to fill in 300 miles of tunnels?
They can make them impassable.
I can't even imagine how those were created.
Oh, they were created. They were watching them dig them. Netanyahu, by not giving the other Palestinian Authority, the money that Europe's been sending to them, they were letting it loose so that Hamas could do what they wanted over there.
Right.
It's a long, messed up story, but they can block them up or they can stop them from being habitable. And for people who want to know about how we can stop Russia from doing things, there are a lot of security encryption specialists who work in that. And I occasionally get my child doesn't anymore because they work in commercial things and they can't work with that stuff. But I've heard some of the steps that are being taken, and they're not going to put it on the front page of the newspaper. We're coming to get you like this. They're going to do it below the ground, so you can't even see it. And
oh, Debbie, I'm sorry. Neil's a friend of hers, and we talked about, and he's still gone. It was a couple years ago. So sad. Evelyn heard there's a woman running against Putin. I was seeing some news. I don't know. I can't remember the guy's name, but it wasn't Meldadov. There's another guy kind of setting himself up to be the next. I can't remember his name. Uptick read or heard that the tunnels were built by Israel.
No, the tunnels were not built in there. That you got to realize that became the place where 1 million people were trapped between two fences. And it's at the same time they were building the high rises that they live in. I mean, it's a long sordid history, and Israel, the problem is that Israel can control one side of the border, but it can't stop stuff coming in from Egypt or Syria to build things. And quite honestly, I don't know enough about how people build tunnels because I don't do that.
I know. I'm just thinking about how crazy it'd be to build that many miles of tunnels. Like, is that all dug by hand and then put in these cement things?
It's like, sandstone.
Wow.
It's sand. I mean, they're tunnels that go back to ancient Egypt where they tunnel through the stuff that's under the Middle East. It's just sort of very hard sandstone. I don't think it's like Rocky Mountain volcanic stuff.
Okay. That rat.
Which one?
I was just reading a comment. Okay, read that one. Okay. Carol wants us to look at Judge Cannon here. Who's advising helping Cannon?
People from the Federalist Society. We know that. Just which ones?
Does help. Well, it may be public. I think the cards will tell us, but let's just see. Is there someone helping Judge Cannon on this process? Yeah, she is a burden, isn't she? My guides only say an advisor. So she is being advised by someone.
Oh. This is another one where she's on her way out. This is the darkest before the dawn. But then the next, that's a no. But my next 4 cards are yeses. And it's conflict gardens. It's someone within the Justice Department themselves, someone within the justice system itself. And they want to move their agenda forward. So that's how they're doing it. But they're going to end up, their final card is indecision way. So, which is the 2 of Swords. I think she's going to get blocked eventually. Remember, they blocked her the first time she really tried to help him. The judges on her, the court above her, stopped her in her tracks about the getting a special master.
Yeah. I'm getting a Queen of Cups is helping her.
Could be.
There's a female assisting her because I got the 2 of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands next to that Queen of Cups. So it's saying there's a female helping her, navigate how to slow the process up, giving her advice with the Ace of Wands energy. Something's not going to work out right for her in the future. I have the 9 of Swords, 8 of Pentacles, and Death.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be an ending of how she's proceeding with her orders. And there would be some worry here about how she's proceeding, how she's tiptoeing these proceedings. But with a death coming in, there's going to be an end to it. In the end, I have Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, and 7 of Swords.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some deceit,
some
new action, and strong action. There's all swords here.
Well, swords are also part of justice moving.
Yeah. I think
she's going to get hit with a whole bunch of stuff. I don't think they're going to. The drip, drip, drip is what the press can play off of. If they bring a fait accompli, then she's done.
What does this mean? Because I sense it has nothing to do with her, though. I think it has more to do with what's going on with 45 and the other cases and whatnot. Because this is something new that's coming up.
Well, if Fani Willis says, I can't wait on you because you can't make a schedule, which is basically where they are right now. And Fani Willis says, we're going on this date. There is nothing that says that the federal court supersedes her. So if Fani Willis says, we're going on the date Fani Willis said they're going on, then Cannon's cut out, except for...
Fani could technically just ask for May if she wanted to.
Well, that's what they think that's one of the things they're I get so tired of people telling me this. I'm really at the point, tell me when it happens. Tell me when it's concrete and something really happens, because otherwise.
Right. I did see Fani requested August. It hasn't been decided yet, but it's like.
Well, she may have to start in May. She may have to start in May to get the jury and all that stuff together with the number of people she has.
With the way Cannon's slow walking everything, it could open up May.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Those last 3 cards are telling me there's going to be an outside influence, and I think it has to do with other cases coming down on 45 that kind of makes her irrelevant. From the get-go, I've never sensed us having to worry about that case. We need to stay strong on the DC case. it's going to take them down anyway.
January 6th is an important case, but if you want to try and pierce the mentality of the MAGA dopes, him selling our national security secrets, which is what they're going to look after. And, they found the guy in Australia that he told everything to, who then went back and told everybody in Australia.
Yeah, they're right, Lois. There could be wire fraud yet charged. Mm-hmm. It was reported that his team dropped the subpoenas going further for information on the grifting, but they were still seeing witnesses. But they dropped their subpoenas to the super PAC.
Right.
Doesn't mean it stopped. But yeah, there is, what is it? Arizona, Nevada,
Minnesota.
Yeah, they're all
Michigan.
looking at the fake electors. Yet Michigan, yeah, they got that going on.
Your state.
Yeah, I hope so. As far as I know, there is. It's not till next year. I think August of 2024. There is a hearing or something going on about the fake electors, but nothing federally or anything else. But I can't remember what it is. We won't know until it starts in May. Right, Rose. We won't know until then. Right. We need that judge to decide on a date if he's good with. Yeah, right. If she's good with August, he's good with August. Can't remember his name right now. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Teesbro got commissioned to go testify in 3 other states. Correct. Okay. Is Cannon gonna really mess it up for herself in December or January? Because Rose was talking about Judge Cannon.
Okay. I'm gonna just look and see if she's got a critical bruising in December or January. That's a question, guys. That's not
right. It's a different way to look at it. Hi, Bugsy. No worries. Thanks for hanging out. Okay. Is Judge Eileen Cannon gonna mess her up?
I got 5 no's.
I think she's.
I got that they don't want to screw with it that badly. The development of manifestation and trust. That she's got the support of some very ambitious people who want to see her succeed. She's stuck in damn that sucks place. And it's all part of future plans. If it's going to come, it's going to be because she gets cut out from being the first case to go. I'm going to see if what's going to happen is Fani going to be able to move her case up because of Cannon's game playing.
I honestly don't think it's going to matter. I don't personally see her getting removed or getting, trying to get removed the 11th Circuit. My senses are saying that she walks that fine line, but it doesn't cross the barrier. But my ending is telling me something else happens. There's a tower coming in with the Knight of Swords and King of Cups. There's something else happens that it makes her mute. Like maybe she's not compromised anymore to a point where it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
before her trial happens, if something happens, I don't even. There is another question that we can look at again,
Mm-hmm.
and it involves if he's even going to be around. Something drastic happens to 45.
Okay, we can say, will there a lack of a defendant stop the cases?
That'd be a good one.
We'll say how the defendant isn't there. Scott's dropping his cards. I hate it when I do that.
Yeah, I'm dropping my cards. Hi, Corey. No worries. Because I don't know. There's a tower moment and something. I gotta.
No, it's not him. It's not coming from him. It's coming from them. But I keep the Ten of Swords keeps popping up when I'm reading this stuff. The Ten of Swords reversed, which means the Ten of Swords has happened and it's done. So whatever happens is done.
You were questioning about 45's being in court or what?
I said, will a lack of a defendant stop the cases? Which means for some reason he's not there. I don't know. And I got a no. That was not it. And for me, you can do it too, Scott. You may get a different reading. I mean, that's the idea of different people reading things.
Defendant. So every time I ask my guides,
Mm-hmm.
ask them, is 45 in trial and finishes it? And if he finishes it, I think something happens where he doesn't finish the trial. I actually don't see him sitting there for a whole court case. And it's like
maybe it's my natural resistance to not read crossing over. I mean, my mom could see that. I wish she's already crossed over and she's not telling me anything. So
okay. Let's see. Are the trials next year completed?
Okay.
Is the January 6th trial completed? I'm sensing a no.
Well,
like it may start,
eventually completed. Not they don't have to complete it in 2024, do they?
Are the January 6th trial completed? Ace of Coins, Moon.
I getting what you're getting. No.
The only thing, I have something bad happens with health and the prosperity, but the universe is not going to tell us with the moon.
No, I got the High Priestess reverse, so I get no answers out of that card.
I have something. The light will be shown on 45 at some point. My sun card light is a May card. It would be close to being done in May. But that's all it's telling me. But I don't see it finished. And it's even like with Judge Cannon. It's like, don't worry about that case. I've always gotten that. Don't worry about that case. Worry about January 6th. It'll get completed no matter what.
Well, because there's more people in it than just him. But no, he is the candidate in there. With January 6th come to a conclusion. I got a maybe. It's got a. Straightforward would be yes, and to the side would be no. And I got exactly between those two. So I guess the universe is hanging on to whatever it knows. Or it doesn't know. There may be still steps to be taken that
the universe is going to show us something. I'm not, it's tough to predict a passing. But I really believe something's going to happen next year. I was actually hoping it was this year.
2023? No.
And I was sensing it was close to his birthday. May is close.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe the end of May before the trial ends. I don't know.
He's got the same things happening to him that's happening to Putin. Saturn's lining right up against a whole bunch of planets.
Right.
And Saturn can stop you colder than anything.
He's never going to escape anywhere.
No.
Never, ever, ever. No one will take him. The Middle East is chaos.
Yeah, and the Saudis aren't particularly happy with us right now. So
yeah, the Saudis aren't going to take him. The only place I ever thought that would maybe take him is Turkey. And Erdogan's not doing so well either.
Well, his buddy that was helping him out of Russia is almost not there. Now that's the person you want to talk about, somebody who's gone.
Oh, Deb's watching. A lot of readers predicting something will hit the fan in spring. This is what I'm seeing here. Something's going to happen May-ish.
Well, in this spring, we have a whole section of time, and I don't know exactly what it is. I'll look it up again because this is astrology, which I don't carry around in my head. Dorothy, if you're still in the chat, let us know. But there's going to be a period of quite a few days where all the planets are going direct, all of them. Nobody's going backwards, and no retrogrades, which people seem to think slow things down. Let's think about it. Let's think about it. Let's think about it. But it's going to be moving forward quickly. So
I believe that, Ian. It's going to be a rough life review.
Well, if you've read Dante's Inferno, we can kind of predict where they're going to end up in the center of hell where it's freezing.
And Dorothy's kind of confirming that. Gemini full moon, eclipse in the spring.
That's all happening on his right over all his planets.
Thank you, Dorothy.
Thank you, Dorothy.
Oh, David.
What?
A little donation.
Thank you.
Now for something completely different. Will I win the 67 SS 396 that I bought tickets and ran with down?
Okay.
I don't think so.
Well, I'm going to lay cards for you, David, because
let's do the cards.
Nice enough to part with almost $5 for us. We'll work for donations, Other thing is we will work for thumbs up. So, guys, you have no idea. The thumbs up thing is becoming even more critical with YouTube.
Obviously. I've noticed a drop in our views, which is sad.
Well, we dropped because we moved the time we're at. We are creatures.
Well, even before that, it dropped a little bit. But that's true. The last 2 weeks of it going later has affected things. What do I got?
I get there's a pretty good chance. We got quick communications, which is a yes, and that's the 8 of Wands, right side up. The 3 of Pentacles, that you bought it because you like the place you're supporting, so it's not just that. But the High Priestess doesn't really want you to know. And then the next card is just as evasive as hell. Win or lose. That tells you a whole lot. But it's Independence Avenue, so yes, you have a shot at it. Your name's in the bid, but it didn't say 100% yes.
I'm getting it's going to a good cause.
That's right.
You did the right thing. It's not about winning, but I have it's going to the right person, but I got the 5 of Cups here. Here's the car with Chariot, energy, car, and then the Five of Cups is a loss in the end. But I do have it going to a good charity.
Mm-hmm. Ronald McDonald houses are incredible. I've met people that are in Dallas because we have major cancer centers, and they really work for the families that have to come in.
I had early in my spread, I had a Queen of Swords. I think it's going to a female then, if that's correct.
Mm-hmm.
To a Queen of Swords, a teacher, an educator, or a lawyer, or someone that works in that kind of. Thanks, Lois from Canada. Okay. I can change. Okay. Okay. I just wanted to put this up, but we start a betting pool. Who jails them first? Engoron, Chutkan, DC Court of Appeals, McAfee, or Cannon? Is that I think they're like Engoron did, just increasing the hit on his money. You know what? They weren't giving documents. What, he got fined $110,000 when they weren't giving up discovery before?
Oh, yeah. And in New York, they can just go get the money out of his bank. They just freeze the account. So.
Okay. Carol's wondering about the meeting. Did the Chinese president share info on Putin?
Yes.
To help Biden.
The fact he showed up here tells us he's giving us information about Putin. China's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Their economy is in the tank. They don't have enough workers.
Yeah, their one-child policy finally blew up on them.
And killing half their population with coronavirus.
Yeah, well, that didn't help, but...
Get in that mind of...
I'm going to do these. I'm going to do my little playing cards. Life is but a board game.
A lot of diplomacy.
Okay.
I think pretty much is what Biden said. Nonsense with Taiwan. Let's work together. But he did let it slip. He's still a dictator.
Big slip there.
It was a big slip, yes. Did he give information about Putin? I don't think it's him personally. It may have been something to do with war tactics or something they may have talked about with the war going on.
Okay. What I got was he was a messenger acting first and thinking second, which I find hard to believe about Xi, but he's pretty clever. But it wasn't to develop great creative energy. What it was for is there's a lot of overflowing emotions going on around him, and he's seeking a joyous place for his people to be, and he's looking for a supporter of truth. So he was much more honest than he would have been. I mean, they all talk in language that would make you nuts. Diplomats make me crazy, but
it wasn't all good.
No.
As far as the talk, it was fruitful because every set of cards I have going here, it's like in the past I have Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands, but then I have the Five of Wands being disruptive. Everything that moves forward good, then we have disruption. Next, I have the Ace of Cups, Six of Wands, and then I have frustrations with the Seven of Wands.
Well, that's diplomatic language.
Right. Things are going good, but then we have frustrations. Then I have the Wheel of Fortune, the Star, and then I have the Deceit card with losses and problems with the Five of Swords. This could be military action stopping, new agreement, things are changing, but then this happens.
Right.
In the end, I have Page of Wands, Eight of Swords, Ten of Pentacles. He couldn't say everything he wanted to say. He wasn't forthcoming.
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of talk about money, their economy, how to come out of it, but they're trapped. So I don't think he was totally forthcoming.
No.
But I think I do sense some kind of military talk. You're right. The language of diplomatic dance, you know, because it's not like
he's not going to build more islands in the South China Sea?
Right. You know, it's a total different talk than going to talk with Canada, you know. Or
I don't know. After what happened at the bridge, you never know.
Good point.
It was our drunk Americans that did it, not their people. So,
you know, like with a very positive partner, you know, it's a little different when you're talking to a dictator, and you just do the best you can to. But I think something was given up about when they met, something about the war, you know, something little. But I think it was all strategic stuff about moving forward and being nice. But I don't think he gave up everything he needed to.
Well, no, he wouldn't. I mean, he wouldn't have lasted as long where he is if he did.
Right. Yep. Oh, 111. Okay. Okay, we looked at that. We're done. Okay, let's just look at Lise Stefanik. Jeff asked. There's only 2 more questions in the star. Do I have a banner I created on something? Oh yeah, one more in the banner.
Okay.
Comments. Where'd you go? Okay. Jesus.
What do you want to know about Lise Stefanik?
Well, Jeff asked the question. Is she going to come back to the real world? She continues to be a liar.
Will she be? I tell you what we ask. Will she be ever forgiven by her district for how she's behaved?
Yeah.
Because they're not happy.
She claims she helped 45.
Guess what?
Have a good night, Dorothy.
She's going to go back and do a mea culpa. The business people that are around her in New York know she knows how to deal with their business. That gives her a lot of strength. She's going to stress her independence as soon as she needs to break from him. But the future, that's how she thinks she's going to handle it. But she's anxiously stressed out. And, well, she shows up as Queen of Swords. This card is the Queen of Swords, supporter of truth and protection. So, I think she's going to try and come back and do a big mea culpa. I don't know if they'll take it. It may be that there's not anybody else there that's any better among her kind.
Yeah. There's going to be a death, an ending in my last card. So there's going to be a new path, a death, an ending of the situation. And it has something to do with the rest. So maybe it's after Jack actually starts arresting or indicting.
Starts going after him, yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be, because I don't think she's involved in it, but I'm going to death, a new path when the FBI comes in and or
Scott, Liz Cheney was in the leadership, and she heard all the rumors of what they were trying to do. So there's no way Elise Stefanik didn't do that, didn't know. I mean, doesn't mean that she gave money to it or anything else.
You're right.
But, that's why the day it happened, when somebody reached down to try to help Liz Cheney get up off the floor, she slapped their hand away and said, "You did this." I mean, she knew. You can hear her voices in the recordings of some of the stuff they showed in the Jan 6 hearings.
Yeah, it was part of it. I mean, I don't sense like she was involved like Jim Jordan was involved. You know, that kind of thing.
Or Mike Johnson.
Right. I don't think she's getting as much donations or support.
Mm-hmm.
I have a loss here with the 5 of Cups, some sadness. So it's like her love and support is drying up with the 2 aces.
Mm-hmm.
Before she had support. I mean, I had a King of Coins around there and the Empress, a family.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's going to all change at some point here.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems to have to do with some kind of intervention with the Knight of Swords. It's all about, that card here is all about law agencies.
Mm-hmm.
Having the courage. But there's a death coming in a different kind of path with the Page of Coins.
But she comes from a very conservative part of New York. Upstate New York is really conservative.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate people flip and change like that, how she becomes a psychopath.
Yeah, well, that's because there are no moderates left in the party. Zachary Shrewsbury, he's running for Manchin Senate seat. Is he running as a Dem? I take it, because of the person who entered it in here. I did not know that. I will have to look that name up.
Well, yeah, she's gonna have to walk that back because she helped him with financing and all in, and she was all in for Santos. So she's gonna have to explain that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was Jim Jordan that Cheney cussed out.
Good.
And
couldn't have been a nicer fool.
Yeah, big fool. Thanks, Uptick, for the donation.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it could be Steve. The ending is George Santos leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah Suckeby Sanders is having a hard time. Yep, she is. Answer winning. David's going with your answer that he's winning. His pendulum says yes, he will.
Okay, then keep that thought in mind, David, because you don't want to block it. You know?
Yep. You always want to stay in that faith.
Remember the comments in chat? We predicted that cold toe surgery would go like really well, and it's one of those surgeries that could go really well, or you'd be in a lot of pain. And she says she's fine. So,
yeah. At least has a piece of work.
Mm-hmm.
Just unbelievable how she can continue to lie like that. Any of them. It's like, I don't know how I could do it. I couldn't lie like that. It wouldn't work. They can flip that switch and just continue to make up stuff. She's saying that she got the gag order stopped for 45 by her.
A letter about the judge?
Well,
No, it already. First of all, she's a federal official and he was in a state court. So let's get real.
Okay, I'm going to grab a different deck. I'm going
to do a line for Liz. I'm going to do a line for Newt.
Yeah. It's the only way to do it. Liz is probably just working for democracy. She's on a mission to get rid of MAGA.
As long as she stays over there and doesn't go for no labels, which is not working against MAGA.
I don't think she's going to do that, but we'll see.
Mm.
Okay. I'll go with 6. Okay.
Mm.
Newt Gingrich. Newt Gingrich.
Newt's in it for the money.
Newt Gingrich.
Okay. She's intuitively thinking that America will change and go the way she thinks it should, but she's not collaborating with anybody else right now. She's working on the projects her own way. And she's so tired of having to be defensive about everything she does. But her future is she's going to spring up as a magician, and then it's going to be really confusing for people. Which is she? Which Liz Cheney are we seeing? You know, the one that would take away my rights and all the other stuff, or the one who thinks we should have rights. So she's going to be a magician, but it's going to be interesting. Now, Gingrich does not have much of a future. He's just in it for whatever cushy stuff he can get out of it. He's not really connecting with the power players he needs to move ahead. And he'll go whatever way is winning or losing. And there'll be a few moments of glory coming up for him, but he's basically done.
Okay. For Liz Cheney, I'm seeing she's found a new home. There's some kind of partnership. If she partners up with another male in some kind of endeavor.
I don't know.
But I have a King of Cups, 10 of Cups, the Star.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that sounds happy.
Yeah, it could be just, working on democracy, but she's found a home in a different path. It was some kind of partnership, just fighting for the right thing in the Star. And she really hates 45. She will make sure the Emperor has no clothes. 6 of Swords, making things better, and fighting against the Emperor with 9 of Wands. Ridding those of persuasive powers. I have Newt she may have some heart problems and health issues.
Well, that would be in her family line.
No, I said Newt.
Oh, Newt. Okay.
Yeah, I'm done with Liz. She's focused. But Newt's got a 3 of Swords coming up on him. 2 of Cups and 6 of Wands. He's all in for the Republicans, whatever he can do. Yeah, it's just continuing the bad messaging. He hasn't changed. When he's out there with the Page of Wands, he's going to continue that bad messaging that he's always had with the 9 of Swords.
Yeah.
The Ace of Wands is his energy and his messaging. Nothing's changed with him except something's wrong with his health. He could have some heart health issues coming or continuing. I think, what do they call that pill they take when they got bad health with the heart? Nitro.
There's a ton of them.
Nitro pills or whatever.
Yeah, the nitro, they just put it under your tongue to bring your blood pressure down fast.
Yeah, it feels like he's taking that.
Something like that. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think he's not really relevant. He's just saying horrible person.
I tell you, the word that was created to explain Newt Gingrich is bloviate.
Bloviate?
Yeah. So it's out and they express and they bloviate on topics. And that's what he always struck me as. Of course, then he's also, sort of person everyone wants to be married to. He served 2 of his wife's divorce papers when they were in the hospital. So.
Linda says she has that nitrostat. Scary.
If you need it, it's good stuff.
Money and fame. Newt is 80. Yeah, he probably won't be kicking too much longer.
We don't pick on ageism. We need to take that off. But he does have a quintessential lizard brain. You're right about that.
Is Dean Phillips backed by the right wing?
Yeah, he's backed by Russian businesses. Thank you. Say no more.
I think he's very egotistical, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think
He's up in your part of the country, isn't he?
Minnesota, yeah, somewhere up by Minneapolis. That's 5 hours away, but still Midwest.
Let's see. Yeah, if he's going for no, well.
Oh, that's right. Steve Schmidt joined his campaign.
Yeah, he's another one that I was never terribly fond of.
Well, he did pick Sarah Palin.
And maybe Dean's of the same wash. So
Deanne says he's tied to Harlan Crow.
Yep. When you see the word no labels, think Harlan Crow.
Anne thinks Phillips is backing out of the race, she thinks. He's getting a lot of pushback. No one likes him.
Well, does he have lizard tongue smile like DeSantis? I mean, yeah, it's DeSantis, right, in Florida. God, that guy has a weird smile. Oh.
The Satan is his own worst enemy. That and poor policies.
What I got is he backed by the right wing. They tried to hide it by not letting us know, but then we got, yes, it's a balancing act. They developed him creatively. He presents a joyous home, but he actually comes from conflict. So, yeah, he's going to get unveiled. He won't make it very long.
I got some.
And he might take, if he's weird enough, he might take votes from Trump, even though, get people that way.
I do have some kind of original financial backing with the King of Coins, Ace of Wands, Page of Coins, but then I have Knight of Cups, Illusions, Delusions, Fantasy, and then a Death. So maybe
he burns out.
Who said that? Anne said that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he might have an ending here. The Death card coming up with his Illusions, like his support comes up. It feels like he's going to hang out as long as he can. So I have a Wheel of Fortune coming for him, and then the Ace of Cups.
Remember, that wheel goes round and round, and it can squish you.
It can. Ace of Swords, so it's like he's going to stay as long as he can. But that Death card did come up too.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're getting comments that people in Minnesota really hate him.
Imagine that.
Because they support Biden. And, well, one of the things that could help the guy running in West Virginia, I read a long article about it. A bunch of money has poured in to help the miners that lost their jobs in the mines. And over 50% of them have been retrained to work on land reclamation, where the mining industry totally destroyed big chunks of the state. And they're making more money. They're above ground. They're learning it. And they have so many people who want to be in the program. They're expanding the program. And it's really changing people's minds about Biden's thing. And you don't hear those stories often, like hardly ever at all. Is Joe Manchin's doing a sneaky thing because he's breathing?
Yeah. My senses say nothing about Manchin. I don't think he affects anyone. I don't think he enters the race.
Everybody knew he just loved being the vote they had to get. He just loved having them clamor all around him. Him and
isn't he Biden's age too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was shocked. Mitt Romney's 76 or something too. I'm like,
they're what? All old. They're all my age and a little bit. I mean, I could have dated these guys. So
he doesn't even look like he's 76. Honestly, I thought Mitt was like 68 when you look at him.
Maybe he went to Sapporo and got those treatments too.
Yeah, he's probably doing some good ayahuasca every once in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Stay young. How long is Ron the Fascist going to stay in the race?
Okay, let's see. Let's see if he's going to last 6 months.
Who was it?
Well, it'll be 3 months because the Super Tuesday is in March.
Chris Christie says he's not dropping out until the convention. Chris Christie said he's staying no matter what until.
I'm going to see if he's going to last beyond. This is a question. Will he last beyond Super Tuesday?
Wiki says you have better taste in man than Republicans.
That's true. I'm a Democrat. And my first husband was a minister, but he got thrown out of the church because he wouldn't play their games. And my second husband, I divorced the first one, but that was kind of a good move for all of us. My second husband died. I didn't kill him. I didn't divorce him. And he was 20 years my senior, and he was a physicist. And he built, he had pioneer patents in microchips. He was a brilliant, brilliant man. And he kept saying, you're going to figure out what you do. It's in quantum mechanics. And he died in 2004. And I mean, the last thing I wanted to hear is where my gifts came from. But anyway, I should have listened to him more. And I eventually did read a couple of books he left me to read about quantum mechanics. And he's right. But anyway, enough about my marriage trials. He was a good guy. I mean, he was British. So he was an old socialist, actually. Okay. Fascist, yeah, he's going to last past the Super Tuesday. And he's the reverse of overflowing in emotions, but he's anxiously stressed out. That's true. He's got a lot of strength and people pushing behind him. And most of the people in Florida, please leave, don't be our governor anymore. But his abundance is going to go away, and he's hanging in so he can meet the people that can lead him to his next big money gig. That's the lovers.
Yeah, right now it's all about the energy of money.
Mm-hmm.
Got the devil with him. 6 of Cups, Knight of Wands, and the devil. Grift. So when is Super Tuesday?
It's the second. I will tell you 1 second. I will soon have all these dates memorized.
I know, right? When is Book Bewitched could listen to your stories forever?
Oh, if my kids, that's why I talk to y'all, because my kids are like, yeah, Mom, we heard that.
We heard that already.
Okay, Super Tuesday tells me when Election Day is. That March 5th.
I was trying to look up Wisconsin because usually they're in the big Super Tuesday.
Are you in the big Super Tuesday bash? I have a list of the states.
I thought we were, but I always thought it was the first Tuesday in April.
Louisiana, no, they moved it back into March. Louisiana, Mississippi, New Jersey, and Virginia. Oh, they hold their thing in odd number years. So, okay, here's who's on Super Tuesday: Alabama, Arkansas, California, Kansas.
It here Wisconsin is April 2nd.
Oh, he's Alabama, Alaska, and is for the Republicans, and April 6th is for the Democrats. That's weird. Arkansas, California, Colorado. These are all ones on Super Tuesday. Maine, Massachusetts, Minnesota, and Missouri Missouri's a caucus state. So the Republicans are the 2nd of March and the Dems are the 23rd. And North Carolina's March 5th. Oklahoma's March 5th. Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, Virginia, and I think South Carolina. Nope. South Carolina's is early. That's why Sean's going over now. South Carolina's Democratic primary is February 3rd.
I don't know. Whenever it is, it feels like it's whatever the third round is. It feels like March or April. He's out.
Wisconsin is April 2nd.
Yeah, that's what I Googled and it said Wisconsin, April 2nd. So there must be a bunch of them on April 2nd because there's last time there was a bunch going on that day too. And I remember when Joe was going, everyone was asking who's gonna, we were talking about Bernie and everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
And I was
you in New York. New York's on the second, like you are. And you're the only two that haven't pulled out and gone into the big race. No, Delaware and Connecticut, and those there's like 5 states on the date of your primary.
Okay, so I remember there was a bunch in 20, and we were all talking about who's gonna make it, who's gonna do it, and I was getting that Joe was gonna get it, and that Bernie was going to drop out the day after
the
April one, and he did the day after when he didn't win. And then I was sensing like Amy was going to drop and then Pete was going to drop. And that's what happened. And then Joe was basically the candidate.
Well,
but it was in April when they all dropped out, those 3. After the April, and Joe.
The reason Texas pulled back into Super Tuesday was because, and it was the year Obama ran.
That's in March. That's in March then, or February?
It's March.
Okay, so I think
what's going to happen in February is probably the Iowa caucuses.
That's the end of January.
Okay.
Is Iowa caucuses.
Because that's what South Carolina was trying to beat. Let's see where it says Iowa is.
Thanks, Dorothy. But yeah, I think whatever the third one is.
And January 15th is the caucuses in Iowa, and they refused to move. And then they went, that's why South Carolina wanted to be the first one ahead of the big giant. No offense, Iowa, I've been here. I think caucuses are fascinating, but.
Yeah, what it feels like to me after.
And South Carolina's February 3rd for Democrats and February 24th for Republicans. And that's a really weird split. But that's because the Democrats tried to force Iowa to not be the first. And there's a reason for that.
So that's what it feels like. When he sees he has no path after the third round, he drops out. But Christie's just going to stay and pester.
Oh, yeah. Well, Christie's not leaving till the convention now. He has no reason to. He's got the supporters he's got for the reasons he's got them. So
I think after Iowa, Magaswamy will probably drop out when he sees he has no path.
Oh, God. Have you ever seen anyone? I mean, that man universally pisses everybody off. The Democrats would never even look at him. And even the Republicans are saying, how'd this guy get in the stage?
Stephanie Miller had a long dream that the R's would lose more states than Goldwater in 64.
And her dad was Goldwater's VP. Her dad had been the head of the Republican conference. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to go well. Okay, I think, did I start? We're already over. Okay, we did that. We did that. We want to look at that. These spirits, that's a tough one to end on.
What?
Maxwell. Spirits behind the stars wondering about Maxwell and Mike Johnson.
No.
Okay, let's end on this one. Because I had a question about that. The energy of the 14th Amendment, it's going to the Colorado Supreme Court.
Mm-hmm.
See the energy around that moving forward. Gosh, I remember years ago after 2020, we're all reading on the 14th-3.
Mm-hmm.
We all thought it was going to be relevant, and it is.
Vivek just got thrown into the quintessential lizard brain club. So
that man is crazy. At least my dad agrees that too. I brought his name up when we were talking after eating today. He's like, "Don't get me started with that crazy man."
Mm-hmm. He is sort of like AI in a suit.
He is a smooth talker, that's for sure. Just a bad talker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 14th Amendment, Supreme Court.
They're going to give us an answer. It's not going to be one we're going to be. It's not going to make both sides happy. But they're anxiously stressed out about fighting against it too hard. They're not going to be the supporter of truth in their answer. It will not be moving us forward, but it's going to be something both sides can live with, and it's win or lose. So it's a 3-3. It's not going to be something we're going to love, but we're going to be able to win and lose with it. So.
Okay, my read starts out, it was a failure of our own government to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
The Republicans should have taken out 45 a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
With the 2 impeachments, So it starts out with Tower, Moon, our government.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Hierophant. So it feels like our government failed by doing what they did in secret deals, whatever, a long time ago to remove this man. So it shouldn't have even been an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Rose Blue. I heard 15 states has filed the 14th Amendment cases.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard that many. So
Texas is not one of them. Texas isn't one of them. They're trying to file against people filing for it.
Okay. I have the Knight of Cups, a love proposal, the Nine of Coins. How do we balance this? And then the Court with the Four of Wands looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't really tell much. It just says they're taking it up. In the end, Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords, and Five of Wands. They would have said definitely yes if I didn't have the Five of Wands.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to look at it rationally.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to look at it from a law perspective. But there's going to be rival conflicts. So the court, do you know how many's on the Colorado Supreme Court? Is it equal, or is it 5-3-2, or?
It's a no. It can end up being no. Supreme Court can end up being an even number. There is always an odd number. I have no idea how many people sit on it.
Lack of energy, conflicted, obstacles, and rivals. So it shows some arguments about it. It's going to go to the Supreme Court anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So what this is telling me right now, it's probably going to be, let's say there's 5 on the court. It's going to be 3-2. That kind of thing. You know, if there's 7 on the court, it's going to be 4-3.
Mm-hmm. Well, somebody says there's 5 on their court, so that would make your 3-2 work.
Something like that. Whatever there is. And it doesn't feel, with that 5 of Wands, it feels like they just can't pull the trigger. It just feels like they don't want to make the decision. You know, they don't want to be the
one we pay them for.
I know, right?
You know, suppose I said, no, I don't want to ever read a card again. You know, I don't get paid.
You want to put the pressure. It's going to go to the Supreme Court either way.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I guess I was seeing that possibly, hopefully January they would look at it. the Supreme Court, the way it's going. I think someone mentioned that maybe it was Neil Katyal. I think it.
Yeah, I think Neil's going to be.
Hopefully, it gets moving on. It'll be taken up in January by the Supreme Court about 14-3. Because there needs to be a decision soon. So let's just say the Supreme Court says yes, 5-4. Then all these states that were worried about it can say, okay, he's not on the ballot. That would be beautiful. Yeah, technically, Clarence should recuse. Actually, all the conservatives.
Clarence should quit because he's a crook.
Very much so. Very much so.
And I'm not saying that for entertainment purposes only. I'm saying that he took a lot of stuff he shouldn't have.
I know it. Thank you, Patty. Colorado Supreme has 7 justices. Like I said, right now it feels like a 4-3. On the like 3 say, yep, and the 4th say, yeah, I don't know if he's an officer of the United States. That kind of thing. It just gives the doubt to go to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, well, there's so many states in it now. It's going to go to them. I mean.
Okay. Just making sure there wasn't one more question we should tackle because we're at 1:46 already.
Oh my God. And these people have to go finish off the last of their turkey and stuff.
Oh. Let's look at Ron Johnson.
Oh.
Since we're still here. He's been quiet. Okay. Which deck wants Ron Johnson?
I'm going to still Life is a Board Game because it's all it is.
Okay. Ron Johnson. What's up with Ron Johnson? Yeah. He isn't doing his weekly or bi-weekly Fox News show.
Who?
Ron.
Oh.
He would usually once or twice a week go on Fox News and continue to lie.
What's going on around Ron Johnson? And Wisconsin's always been full of such nice people when I was growing up, and then you get that person.
I know. Why did we have to vote him in? But I'm pretty happy we got our Democratic governor, though.
Got your Democratic governor, and you've got your Supreme Court that's Democratic.
That's right.
Okay. I think Ron Johnson's hiding. He doesn't want to communicate, but the Garden's not giving up on following him. He doesn't like that at all. He's trying to make a stable new start, but he can't quite get there. And he's got the Fool upside down, which means he doesn't know which way to go. But better times are ahead for him because he got the 6 of Swords. He's going to be moving on. He's planning his way out right now.
I think he got some news about January 6th. Because I have some energy of dark times coming to him. And then the justice card of the courthouse.
Yeah.
Like being a target, something. So he got some news that he's trying to stay quiet about. Because in the past, I got him just going on Fox News and everything, being the Page of Wands, sending out grifting emails all about But then it turns into this darkness around court and Lady Justice on it. The energy is moving forward towards Lady Justice. And then I have him spilling some secrets. Queen of Wands, the Moon, and a little bit of protection there with the 10 of Cups, 9-10 of Cups. So I don't see, the Justice card is in the current moving forward. His outcome is him spilling tea and spilling some secrets about. So I think he's done a little cooperation here with the fake electors and whatever else. So I think he's saying quiet, kind of like a Meadows would do, you know, because he was cooperating in a sense and can't spill these lies. So I think he's just being on the bottom of the deck, which I always look at. He's heavily burdened. He's heavily exhausted and burdened. He's staying stressed out. So that would suggest that I think Jack is planning his move on the congressman and whatnot. Because that's not going away.
Nope.
I know I feel it in my soul that congressman will be indicted for J6. And I think that's a clue right there that Johnson has justice on his mind and worry. Miss Lindsey Graham's kind of quiet too.
Well, he's out probably trying to pick up Tim Scott's girlfriend.
Trying to get a press conference going on.
Right, you know.
I have a girlfriend too.
So you want to pull a card?
Yes. Bring some inspiration for today. Thanks for hanging out with us for so long.
Yes. We appreciate it.
Since I've been able to jump on once a week, this is a good.
Yeah, what do you have coming up next
2 hours.
week?
I enjoyed it. Yeah. Wouldn't it be nice to have all 147? No, just the main ones. You know, a little email here and there, forwarding, no, but when you're heavily involved of setting that contacts and all that, yes. You know, the Scott Perry, the Jim Jordan probably, and those kind of
Miss Lindsay.
Yeah.
So I pulled a card. I pulled it from my crystals deck. And today our card is red jasper for the collective. This crystal means sacred stone used in ceremonies for protection. Draws Mother Earth's healing energy into the body. Assists in setting healthy boundaries, which means that's a really good one for right now. Assists in overcoming deep-seated fears of abandonment. So that's a really beautiful stone. And in crystal medicine, it's utilized in ceremonies, rituals for protection, purification, to facilitate deeper connections to the earth. And that's what we all need right now, is a lovely, big, shiny red jasper. What'd you get?
I got I'm using this deck again. I keep forgetting what it's called.
That's the Angel Power Tarot.
Angel Power?
Okay. By Bradley Valentine.
Archangel Ariel with the Ace of Coins. That's all about prosperity, being lucky, getting resources. The Epiphany card, number 9. It's joy through spiritual growth. Be the light to others, and answers come through meditation. And then the King of Michael, the King of Swords, wisdom, integrity, situations that call for honest and open communications. So it's telling me it feels more about manifesting for your own prosperity. You know, it's like staying in the positive flow. For the King of Swords. Being that objective one and staying in your highest good and highest vibrations. We can have that Ace of Coins when you're in that mode. You know, you'll get those promotions, being that light and that kind of thing. And then the Epiphany is all about getting your answers through meditation and being that good person. You know,
The Epiphany is the Hermit in the normal deck.
Yeah.
And it's really going inside and looking around. And that's kind of what the Jasper was about. It's like set healthy boundaries and don't let the news, if it bleeds, it leads, drag you around by the nose. Just watch enough so that you feel informed. Or be like me this weekend. I didn't watch anything. So I don't even know what
Yeah, I was busy myself.
being out in the woods, that's a good.
Yeah. Well, I was up early and out all day Saturday and watched a movie and dozed off. Actually, I dozed off on the couch
Which
after
movies
I ate dinner. And
what
I woke
movies are you watching?
up.
Do you remember? Because when I doze off, I don't remember what movie it was.
No, I can't exactly remember, but yeah. When's your 9 candles start?
9 candles will start on the 12th, and it's going to go till the winter solstice. It's going to be blue this year. I'm in the process of booking in the readers to read part of it. I'm really excited about it. And that's all I'm going to be kind of doing, the 9 candles. And then I'm still doing my 12-month readings. And, I don't know if it's just a great pattern, but man, 2024 is going to be a really great year for a lot of people. I've had people get the Ace of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune on their December 2024. I mean, and all built up about them having a lot of changes happen in their life. It's been really a lot of fun. A lot of people are retiring that are having their cards read for that. So there's a lot of that going on. And I still make crystal grids, and I have some gardens left, and I only have 2 eggs left. If you want a chakra egg, and you're going to show them yours, right? Mm-hmm. Yep. That's a heart chakra. I only have 2 eggs left. I'm mailing off one. I had 3 eggs left, and she came out of the blue and said she wanted the throat chakra. And from now on, if you want a chakra egg, I can get them, but we have to wait for them to be made because each one of them is individually made. And all the stones that are in them are stones I picked and sent to the place. The place that makes them is right down the road from Scott in Madison. But really, you'll get a lot of chance to hear about the blue candles, and I'm really excited. This is my 9th 9 candles.
Wow.
I did the first one 3 years ago. So, and when I put them all together and looked at what they were about, it's all been about going inside, looking for yourself was the first one. And after that, it was how to accept the energies coming in from the universe.
Always beautiful.
They're fun. It's a good community to be around. And it's uplifting. And I don't answer political questions there either. Some poor person came here about half an hour. Are you taking political questions? My God, yes. This is when we do it.
Yeah. Sunday's political, if it is. Cheers, Lois. Thank you. Great week coming ahead.
You have a good week. Bye-bye.
Blessings, everyone.